Have you ever truly committed yourself to a goal? Truly gone all in? Let's take a moment to explore this, to delve into the power of commitment. Imagine this: a man, let's call him John, who's never been a runner, decides one day that he's going to run a marathon, a full 26 miles, despite never having run more than a couple of miles at a time in his entire life. Daunting, isn't it? Yet, he's made up his mind, he's committed to it, he's going all in. John starts training. Wake up, run, eat, work, run, eat, sleep. Day after day, week after week, his legs ache, his lungs burn, but he doesn't stop. Why? Because he's committed. He's made a promise to himself and he's not going to back down, but it's not always smooth sailing. There are setbacks. There's a twisted ankle, a bout of flu, days when he's just too exhausted to put on his running shoes. But does he give up? No. He takes a day off, 2 days maybe, but then he's back on the track. Because that's what commitment does. It keeps you going even when the going gets tough. Months pass and the marathon day arrives. John's at the starting line, heart pounding, adrenaline pumping. He's nervous, yes, but he's also excited. He's worked hard, he's prepared, and now it's time to put all that training to the test. And he does it. He runs and runs and runs. And when he crosses the finish line, the feeling is indescribable. He's tired, he's sore, but he's also triumphant. He set a goal, he committed to it, he went all in, and he succeeded. This, my friends, is the power of commitment. It's not about being the best or the fastest or the strongest. It's about setting a goal, committing to it, and not stopping until you've achieved it. When you commit fully, when you go all in, you unlock a potential within you that you may not even know existed. What stops most people from going all in? Simple: fear of failure. Let's take a moment and imagine an entrepreneur. Let's call him Sam. Sam had a dream so big it scared him. He wanted to create a revolutionary product that would change the world. But there was one thing standing in his way: the fear of failure. Sam was no stranger to failure. He had seen his fair share of business ideas crash and burn. He had been laughed at, dismissed, and told countless times that his ideas were ridiculous. But did Sam let this stop him? No. He chose to see these failures not as setbacks, but as stepping stones. You see, Sam understood something that many of us often forget. He understood that failure is not the end, it's a part of the journey. It's the universe's way of course correcting us, of showing us what's not working so we can find what does. Each time Sam failed, he learned, he grew. He picked himself up, dusted himself off, and went back to the drawing board, armed with new knowledge, new insights, and a renewed determination to succeed. And you know what? Sam did succeed. It took time, it took patience, it took resilience. But Sam's revolutionary product finally made its way into the world, changing lives and proving all the naysayers wrong. But here's the thing: Sam's story isn't unique. It's the story of every successful person you've ever heard of. It's the story of Thomas Edison, who famously failed 10,000 times before he invented the light bulb. It's the story of J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by 12 publishing houses before Harry Potter was finally accepted. So next time you find yourself paralyzed by the fear of failure, remember Sam. Remember that failure isn't something to be feared, it's something to be embraced. It's a teacher, a guide, a stepping stone on your path to success. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a part of success. Does the destination matter more than the journey? Think about it. Consider the tale of a mountaineer whose dream it was to conquer Everest, the world's highest peak. His name? Let's call him John. Now, John knew that reaching the summit of Everest was a feat that many aspired to, but few achieved. Yet, he was not deterred. From the time John strapped on his first pair of hiking boots, he was fascinated not by the idea of standing at the top, but by the journey he would take to get there. He knew that the climb up Everest was treacherous, filled with obstacles that would test his endurance and willpower. But John welcomed these challenges. He knew that each step up the mountain, each gust of icy wind he braved, each moment of exhaustion he overcame was a lesson. The journey taught him resilience. It taught him patience. It taught him the true meaning of perseverance. And when he finally stood at the summit, gazing at the world below, he realized something profound. The true value of his accomplishment was not in reaching the peak, but in the journey that led him there. You see, our journeys, much like John's, are filled with trials and tribulations, highs and lows, moments of joy and of despair. But it's through these experiences that we grow, that we evolve. It's the journey that shapes us, molds us into the person we're destined to become. And just like John, we may realize that our goals, our destinations, are not simply points we aim to reach. They are markers, signposts that guide us on our journey. They give us direction, but it's the journey that gives us purpose. It's the journey that prepares us for the challenges we face, for the victories we celebrate. So, as we stride towards our own Everest, let's remember to value the journey, to cherish each step, each stumble, each triumph. Because it's not just about reaching the top, it's about the climb. It's about what we learn, who we become along the way. The journey shapes us. The journey prepares us. The journey is where we grow. Tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. When will you go all in? Ponder this for a moment. When exactly will you take that leap, break those chains, and chase your dreams? Let's talk about Sam. Sam was a dreamer, always talking about the grand plans for his future. He had a vision, a passion, a purpose. But every time he was asked when he'd start, his answer was always the same. Next week, next month, next year. The perfect time seemed forever elusive. Sam was caught in the trap of someday, and his dreams were slipping away, one day at a time. Until one day, he had an epiphany. He realized that his perfect time would never come unless he made it happen. So he decided to take action, to take a chance, and to go all in. What happened next was nothing short of miraculous. Sam's life transformed in ways he had never imagined. His dreams, once distant and vague, started to take shape. Every step he took, every risk he embraced, brought him closer to his goals. He experienced growth, success, and fulfillment on a level he had never known before. And all of this was possible because he decided to seize the moment and act. The power of now is an incredible force. It's a catalyst for change, a trigger for action, a magic key that unlocks doors to possibilities. You see, there's no better time than the present to start, no better time than now to take that leap. Because the future isn't promised and the past is gone. All we have is now. So if you have a dream, a goal, a vision, don't wait. Don't put it off. Don't let it gather dust in the attic of someday. Because someday is a dangerous place where dreams go to die. Instead, harness the power of now. Embrace the moment. Take action. Go all in. Because in the grand scheme of things, it's not about the perfect time, but the right decision. And the right decision is to act, to move, to start. There's no better time to go all in than right now. So, what's it going to be? Will you go all in? Let's take a moment to look back and reflect on what we've discussed today. We began by talking about the power of commitment. Remember, commitment isn't just about saying you'll do something. It's about dedicating yourself fully to a cause, a task, a goal. It's about making a promise to yourself that you won't quit, no matter how tough the journey gets. Then, we tackled the fear of failure, that looming shadow that often holds us back. We've learned that failure isn't the end, but rather a stepping stone towards success. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to evolve. So don't let the fear of failure stop you. Use it as fuel to propel you forward. We also discussed the importance of the journey. It's not just about reaching the destination, but about the path you take to get there. It's about the experiences you gather, the lessons you learn, and the person you become along the way. Embrace the journey with all its ups and downs, because that's where real growth happens. Next, we delved into the power of now. There's no better time to take action than the present moment. Don't wait for the perfect time, because it may never come. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Now, it's time to put it all together. It's time to go all in, to commit to your goals with everything you've got, to face your fears and turn them into stepping stones. to embark on the journey and savor every moment of it, to seize the day and take action now. Remember, going all in isn't a one-time thing. It's a mindset, a lifestyle. It's about giving your all every single day in every single thing you do. It's about striving for excellence, not perfection. It's about being the best version of yourself. The time to act is now. Go all in, unlock your potential, embrace the journey, overcome your fears. Success awaits.